with loads of money. Sunderland are spending a lot of money. And also, can you see a Premier League game being played abroad in the near future? I wouldn't like to see it happen, but Carson Chung of Birmingham said he would like to see a Premier League game played in Hong Kong. So let us know if you agree with that. Yes, 13:50 AM GU2. Thank you very, very much for joining me. There we had the Black Eyed Peas. I've got a feeling. Great song. So 13:50 AM GU2, kick off with Dazz each and every Wednesday from 4 until 7 PM. We've been talking about a lot of things so far, and we've only been going for 50 minutes already. Time flies. Let's see, you can text us here at the studio. That's 07575 073 400. That's 07575 073 400. Don't forget that texts are charged at the standard network rates, so I would advise you to check that out if you get the chance. You can email us, studio@gu2.co.uk. That's studio@gu2.co.uk. That's also our MSN address, so feel free to get in contact with us by email or MSN. MSN is probably my preferred method because you can get in contact with us instantaneously. So if you want to request a song or anything like that, or talk about whatever I've been talking about, then that is the best way to get in contact, although you can get in contact with us by phone as well. That's 01483 68 1350. That's 01483 68 1350. You can also add us or follow us on the Twitter. That's GU2 Radio, all one word. That's GU2 Radio, all one word. Okay, we've had so far kick off with a question where Barney asks me a question every week, and I'll be asking Hannah and Natalie a question at the end of my show at about 10 to 7. He asked me what university would I study at if I had the chance. Obviously, apart from the University of Surrey, I would study at the University of Tokyo in Japan, obviously. Or Yale in America, which is a very, very prestigious university. Lots of famous people have gone there in the past. So yeah, that's my choice. We talked about midweek sports. I do strongly encourage you to get in contact with me about these various things because, of course, I'm not I like to think of myself as an expert on football, but people can always disagree with me, and I'm not always right, amazing as that is. So, yeah, the things we're talking about are, do Liverpool still have a chance for the title? Of course, they beat Manchester United 2-0 at the weekend. Gareth Southgate sacked from Middlesbrough. Do you think it was a harsh sacking? I personally think it is. Also, do you think Gordon Strachan will do as good a job or even better as Gareth Southgate? I hope he does. He's a good guy. And the last point in midweek sports is English football beginning to lose its soul with the influx of foreign owners. Of course, Carson Chung buying Birmingham City last week, I think, or the week before, something like that, fairly recently anyway. And I was thinking, can you see a Premier League game being played abroad in the near future? I'm really not sure. I wouldn't like to see that sort of thing happen. So yeah, you can get in contact with us by any of those methods I suggested, but I do prefer studio@gu2.co.uk, although of course you can also phone us, tweet us, or you can text us as well by the methods that I just mentioned. 13:50 AM GU2, kick off with Dazz, 4 till 7 PM each and every Wednesday.
Your music. Your station. GU2.
Yes, this is 13:50 AM GU2. There we had Kasabian, Underdog. I absolutely love that song, new song from Kasabian. And Muse, Time Is Running Out, classic song from I wouldn't call them a classic band yet, but they're getting there. Kick off with Dazz, 13:50 AM each and every Wednesday from 4 until 7 PM. Many ways to get in contact with the studio. 01483 68 1350 is the phone. 07575 073 400 is the text. Studio@gu2.co.uk is the email and MSN, and we have the Twitter as well, GU2 Radio, all one word. Okay, we have Andrew here. He's going to be presenting a brand new show on GU2 in the very near future. Can you just say hello?
Hello.
Yes. So yes, he's been sitting in on the show with me, having lots of fun, I'd imagine. Listening to the great music, obviously on GU2, and listening to my name drivel. Okay, so your first year then?
Yeah, first year. Yeah.
And what course are you doing?
I'm studying computer science.
Computer science. So you're quite experienced in using computers then?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. So, are you excited about Windows 7?
Yeah, downloaded it already. Yeah.
Nice. And what's it like?
It's very good, yeah.
I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
So, is it better than Vista?
Yeah, much quicker.
I might have to. I think the student version's only £30, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, so I might give it a go, because, so I'm not Vista's biggest fan, so I might have to give Windows 7 a go. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, we've had Kickoff with a question and midweek sports, but now Andrew's going to talk with me, I hope, about our Gone But Not Forgotten feature, which, if you haven't listened to the show before, it's basically presenters pining for days gone by, looking for things that used to be here, but they aren't anymore. Just before I get to my choice, is there anything from your childhood that you perhaps miss?
Used to watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire a lot, but that's still on. But yeah.
So, what about old cartoons or anything? When you were a kid?
I can't think of any specifically in the moment, but yeah. Certainly lots of good cartoons on.
Yeah, there were. Of course, Bagpuss. I don't know if you've heard of Bagpuss.
I have.
Yeah. The creator, or the creator's son, I think, has recently stopped them turning a new Bagpuss thing into 3D, which I think it's good. I don't think we should be having everything 3D and computer generated these days. It'll keep the old things as they were, I think. So yeah, my choice this week for Gone But Not Forgotten is another game show along the lines of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's Blockbusters with Bob Holness. It's a fairly stereotypical for a student to like Blockbusters. I know the old stereotype. I'm sure you've heard of it, Andrew. The students staying at home watching Countdown and Blockbusters and all those sort of things. I'm not a big fan of Countdown, I must admit, but I did watch Blockbusters, but I was too young. Obviously, I'm not too old, but I did watch it when I used to come home from school. If you haven't heard of Blockbusters, pretty much where have you been? But it hasn't been around. Let's have a look. When was the last time it was shown? 1993. I actually can't believe that. 93. That would have made me 7 years old, and I can still remember it. Unbelievable. So if that makes me 7, you would have been 2 around about that time.
Yep.
So your memory of that might be slightly hazy, if at all.
Yeah, very hazy.
But yeah, Blockbusters is my choice for Gone But Not Forgotten. Big fan of that game show. And of course there is, if you search around on the internet, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but you can actually play the old version of Blockbusters with Bob Holness on the internet. So that's quite good. It's quite good actually. I've played it before. But I'm a huge quiz show geek anyway. I love my quiz shows. So yeah, you say you watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So, do you watch it anymore?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And have you played Who Wants to Be a Millionaire before? Like, you know, board games or anything?
Yeah, the PlayStation game.
Oh, nice. So, sort of what level do you get up to usually?
Probably not more than halfway.
It's about 32, 64?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's respectable, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's respectable. I mean, I've seen, I'm sure you've seen one or two videos on the internet, these people that come on and they answer a question at £100 or $100 and they get it wrong.
Yeah.
Quite embarrassing, I'd imagine.
Very embarrassing.
Yeah.